my name's Dan Gray. I am one of the co-founders of Soho Radio. Music manager is quite isolating. You're asking for a lot of things from people, but you're not necessarily offering too much apart from the artists. And I thought that a radio would be a great thing to do to kind of grow the community and get my sort of stamp in the music industry. And that's what excited me to the proposition that Adrian came with me with the idea of Soho Radio. Founders originally. Adrian Meehan, who had the idea and had the basement studio in Great Windmill Street. First off, he came to me, as I was working with him quite a lot, managing the Cuban Brothers, who Aid was the MD and drummer for. And then we needed some money. And Adrian had been doing a lot of work with Finley Morton, and Finn loved the idea, and he was the initial investor to stump up to get Great Windmill Street going. We had no radio experience at all between us. We had a love of radio, but no experience. And I think actually in many ways that naivety was a blessing, you know, because I think if you did know it, you wouldn't have done what we did. You know, it's been quite a challenge over the 5 years, a beautiful thing, but it's been a lot of hard work. We had to do it in Soho because we feel like everyone has a little bit of ownership of Soho. We are traditional Soho. And there's never been a radio station in Soho until we came along in 2014. But I think what we try to do is, as I said previously, is celebrate the past, but have one foot in the future. But I think there's a you know, I can't think that Soho's had its heart ripped out. I don't feel like that is the case at all. You know, Soho is not necessarily just this square mile. It's a state of mind, and people love it, live and breathe it, and those stories will be told forever. But there's also some great stuff that's going to happen here in the next 15 years, next 20 years. You know, I think there's now a level playing field. Well, there's just more exciting opportunities within different formats of media and creativity, and I'm excited to see what can happen.
I actually don't know what it is, that's why I said I'm not knowing, but I really like it. Like it.
We chose to be an online radio station rather than DOB or FM, so we didn't have to be regulated. We didn't want to have that censorship. You know, we love the freedom of speech, say what we want, we can play what we want, we don't have playlists. It's a new platform, really, the online radio station. It feels very exciting. There's also a big thing about the technology, what's going to happen over the next few years. You know, we've now got 5G, there will be 6G. Once it becomes a level playing field, they will eventually switch off FM and DAB, and everyone will eventually be online. So we were just kind of future-proofing what we were doing and just kind of being a pioneer. It's maybe a bit more of the old school pirate radio sort of ethos in what we're trying to do. In 2020, we've got a very exciting year lined up with Soho Radio. We're going to be broadcasting regularly from New York from the end of spring with the Good Luck Dry Cleaners based on 3rd and Bowery. We don't know exactly how often we'll be broadcasting, but I think it's going to be around about 1 or 2 shows a day, similar to what we did when we actually first originally opened on Great Windmill Street, where we did 10 till 4 each day, 3 shows a day. But, you know, we knew what happened there, and that escalated very quickly, so we're kind of anticipating something similar will happen in New York. And we're also going to be launching the Soho Central Festival in Soho at the last weekend in September. This will be a multi-venue festival, similar to sort of the Edinburgh Fringe or South by Southwest, and it'll be celebrating music, art and tech. So yeah, it's exciting